4 years now, and prior to joining, I spent about a decade over in a variety of different roles, different technology companies. Most of them are most of them geared toward life science. At Lingraphica, I'm really responsible for creating the product vision and strategy and successfully bringing our products and features to market. I oversee a team that works on design, content, research, analytics, training, and support. And I work really closely with our community of users, caregivers, and clinicians to collect feedback at all stages of development and make sure that we're creating products and services that are inclusive of our users' needs, and most importantly, products that our users are going to love. So, as I mentioned before, I'm employed by Lingraphica, but regardless, here's my financial disclosure slide just for good measure. So let's go through some of the learning objectives for this course. So first, after you watch this course, you're going to be able to describe 2 built-in tools on Lingraphica AAC devices that support life participation and engagement. You'll be able to discuss 3 features of Lingraphica's language system that can be modified and personalized for users with differing communication needs. And lastly, you'll be able to identify 2 ways a device user can use a Lingraphica AAC device to practice their speech and communication. So, before we really dive into the product itself, I just want to give you a little bit of a background on Lingraphica. Lingraphica was founded in 1990, and our first communication device was based on the work of Dr. Richard Steele, one of our founders, who piloted the first studies of the benefits of computer-based communication systems in persons with severe aphasia in the decade prior. So we've primarily worked with stroke and traumatic brain injury survivors. And over the last 3 decades, the company has evolved to offer far more than AAC. So if you look at this screen, I always kind of get a kick of it. This is one of our first products. It was a Mac-based product, so I don't know about you, but I get a little bit of nostalgia looking at that. But anyway, over the last 3 decades, we've really evolved, and we've begun to offer a whole lot of other stuff. We have a range of products and services that include AAC devices, communication apps, therapy software, training, education, and even online communities. In all, over the last 3 decades, we've placed tens of thousands of dedicated AAC devices. Our apps have been downloaded several million times around the world, and we host hundreds of thousands of users on our online properties and communities every single year. And we're continuously developing holistic solutions to meet the growing needs of our community of users and care providers. So today, I'm really here to talk to you about what's next for Lingraphica, and more specifically, what's next for our dedicated AAC devices. So first, here's a screenshot from the homepage of our current AAC system. One of the things that we have found is most critical for individuals with communication and cognitive disabilities is simplicity. Users of our devices are able to easily express a thought or communicate a need by tapping an icon to have an entire phrase instantly spoken aloud. Icons and folders are arranged by category to support life participations and activities of daily living, and concepts are really represented through concrete imagery. This is totally customizable for our users. So of course, they can modify the content that you see on the screen, they rearrange it, they could show more icons, fewer icons, you can change the font sizes and so on. No 2 Lingraphica devices are ever the same. It's really fascinating from my perspective to see 2 users and all the different permutations they can come up with. Alternatively, users can express themselves by drawing a picture on the whiteboard that's accessible right there from the homepage, so it's just in the top right corner there. And for users whose writing skills are intact, we support ad hoc communication with a really simple type-to-speech feature. It's very simple, but effective communication. But in recent years, our users, caregivers, and clinicians have come to demand more from us. And as a result, we intend to launch an all-new system later this year. So I'm very pleased to give you a tiny preview of a new system that's designed to bring all of Lingraphica's products and services together onto a single integrated platform. So here is a screenshot from our new platform. And the first thing you'll note is that our new design really takes a mobile-first approach, a change that's really driven by our users. So I can give you a personal anecdote. Last summer, a few colleagues and I went to an aphasia center down in Baltimore, and we were able to spend several days with about a dozen different users with different communication impairments, different cognitive disabilities. There were people of different ages, genders, ethnicities, and varying degrees of ability as far as communication goes. And they're all different, but the one thing I can tell you that was consistent with every last person is that they all had a smartphone and had at least some ability to navigate to their favorite apps, to watch videos, listen to music, surf the web, or even just to send an emoji to a friend or a loved one. Additionally, this is going to be a very configurable interface. So users, like I mentioned earlier with our current solution, they'll have a lot of the same abilities. They'll be able to change the layout of their device. They'll be able to change the number of elements on the screen, the size, the alignment, and a lot more. The second thing to really note about this new interface is that we're really striving to improve user representation, inclusivity, and accessibility. This means our new solution will offer more diverse choices when it comes to voice and language and user imagery, and we're making huge improvements when it comes to on-screen accessibility. To support a more diverse and inclusive product, we've adopted a framework that has us consider over a dozen different dimensions of identity and how those things intersect, and then we partner directly with our users at all stages of development, from research to concept to prototype to working software, to capture their insights and ensure we're meeting their needs and providing a sense of belonging. And lastly, as I mentioned earlier, we're really bringing all of our products and services together into a single integrated platform. Lingraphica users will have quick and easy access to communication apps like Talk, which will provide simple icon-based communication, much like what we offer today. Type will allow users to type out ad hoc messages, and Draw will allow our users to write out text or create an image to share with a communication partner. They'll also have access to our therapy applications. So TalkPath Therapy, an existing app that is very, very popular with our users, contains over 13,500 exercises for continuous learning and improvement of speech, language, and cognitive skills. TalkPath News offers access to fresh daily news articles on a variety of topics. The text is progressively highlighted and read out loud, and a reading comprehension quiz that's optional is available at the end of every single article. And finally, our users will get access to our new online community services. So during the heart of COVID, we actually launched a service called Virtual Connections. Virtual Connections is a safe online community. Like I said, we launched it at the start of the pandemic, and it offers live video meetups 365 days a year with sessions that are facilitated by speech pathologists and other communication experts. And in addition to that, they'll have access to our all-new community website that launched just earlier this week. That community is really designed to bring families and care providers together in an inclusive way through forums, online courses, education resources, and stories of hope and inspiration, and a whole lot more. So all of this will be accessible from one place. Again, it's a single integrated platform that can be personalized for the needs of each user, and that allows individuals to express themselves and communicate their needs in an intuitive manner, to reach their full potential through personalized therapy solutions, and to participate in communities, both theirs and ours, with confidence. So that's it. Short but sweet. I hope that I've managed to pique your interest in Lingraphica and what we do. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to stop by and listen. And I'd really like to invite you all to join us on our mission of empowering people with communication and cognitive disabilities to express themselves and to connect to the world around them through innovative technology, therapy, and community. Please stop by booth 403. We'll be there obviously through tomorrow. And if you can't make it over, feel free to visit us on lingraphica.com. Lots of great resources there. Thanks again.